Olivia Newton-John was working on a duet album at the time of her passing, and she has a special track with her friend, performer Kelly Lang. Kelly Lang joins us now to talk more about this project and their duet, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Good morning, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lauren. Thank you so much. I love talking about my friend. I miss her terribly. We were very, very close girlfriends and very rarely talked music. So it was quite a miracle that we even took the time to go into the studio to record this prior, obviously, to her passing. But I overheard a conversation with you guys speaking a moment ago, wondering if some of this had been done after her passing. No, she chose all of these songs prior to her passing. This was in the works prior to it coming out, all by her. She handpicked all of the songs, and she went back into her career and picked songs that she most enjoyed singing. And I've got the album cover here. It's a beautiful album.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And it's such a thrill. There's a little note inside that I got to read from her to us artists about how she enjoyed singing duets sometimes more than singing by herself. And I wasn't even aware of that. So it was a nice little gift at the end of the day here.
Well, I can only guess, but I would think it's because of the special bond that she probably shared with each of those individuals. And so I'd like to talk about the unique bond that the two of you shared. You were introduced through a mutual friend, Sir Barry Gibb, but you also, in addition to your friendship, you guys were both, as you described, cancer thrivers, which I would imagine creates a very special bond.
It really does. I am, thank goodness, 18 years out now, and I attribute a lot of the lessons that I learned from Olivia to my being able to be positive and look at things a little bit brighter and lighter. And matter of fact, she wrote the foreword from my book, I'm Not Going Anywhere. Right. And within the book, it details a lot of the things that I learned on my own, a lot of the things I learned from her. There's even a chapter dedicated to her in my book, all about music business, music mutual friends that we had. A lot of tips on just how to switch the darkness into the light. She was really clever at that and lived such a beautiful, inspirational life herself. And you couldn't help but soak her in when you were in her presence. And she was just a great girlfriend. You know, she was very caring, very loving, and always wanted to include you. If she was sitting next to you at a table, she would be eating fries off of your plate. She's just very loving. And
my kind of girl. Yeah. Can you talk, Kelly, about the song that you recorded together, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?
Yes. Well, you mentioned Sir Barry Gibb. He and I have been friends for a very long time. They were doing a duet together at a benefit concert, but he didn't tell me that she was going to be there. So I was sitting at their family table, and this lady came and tapped me on the shoulder, and she asked if she could sit next to me. Yes, it was Olivia. So we just struck up a quick conversation and had a lot in common, from motherhood to, performing breast cancer, that kind of thing. And we just instantly bonded. And like a lot of breast cancer patients do, it's an unfortunate sisterhood, but yet one that if you learn from one another and can heal happily with one another, it really is a wonderful, wonderful bond I wouldn't trade anything for. And I do believe it brought Olivia and I much closer than somebody who might not have experienced the same situation.
So do you feel, I mean, I know the song was obviously written by Barry Gibb, but did it take on a different meaning? I mean, what was...
Yeah, I apologize for not finishing that.
What was the meaning behind the song, and what meaning did it take on for you and Olivia Newton-John, and then after her passing?
Right. What's totally different now. I saw her and Barry sing that when my husband, T.G. Shepard, and I went to Australia with both she and Barry. Traveling with them over there is like traveling with royalty, you know?
Right.
That's crazy. But I heard them sing How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? And I'd never heard it as a duet before. So it was on my mind after we got back from Australia. And she called me one day and she said, "Hey, Kelly, when are you going to be recording again?" And I said, I'm actually in the middle of doing a project now. You want to come join me? Just kind of lightheartedly, not really thinking she would take that serious. And she said, "Yeah, what song will we do?" And I'm like, "Oh, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Why not?" And she goes, "Okay, let's do it." So it was just super cash, and there was no real major planning ahead, but it was, in hindsight, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Seeing us sing that together, knowing how much I miss her, how everybody misses her, it's very poignant and very bittersweet, and even more so the fact that Barry, and that song brought us, and him being on the album too. It's just it's a wonderful synergy, and I believe she's still helping people connect dots, and it's just a lovely thing.
Yeah, so there again is the cover. It's beautiful. I know that there's a new video being released that has some behind the scenes photos for the duet that you guys recorded. Can you tell us a little bit about the video?
Yes, I took a lot of pictures that she and I had throughout the years. That's another video. That's the I'm Not Going Anywhere video. But there's a video called How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? You can find it on YouTube. It's from Olivia Newton-John, Kelly Lang, just the two of us. And you'll see us in the studio behind the scenes. You'll hear her chit-chatting with the engineer and a lot of pictures. I met her actually when I was 6 years old. So there's a child picture with us in there. And then on forward, I guess she was just seriously meant to be in my life.
Yes.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have kept coming back around. And I feel her every day, even still. So it's quite a journey I've been on, and I wouldn't take anything in the world. But I was telling somebody, of all of the beautiful things that are coming up regarding this album and all the exciting things, talking to you, Lauren, being able to do interviews like this regarding this, I would give all of that up to have her back one more day.
Yeah. I can understand those emotions. Really gave me goosebumps hearing that you met her at 6 years old, and how, you know, God gives us chances to sort of reconnect with people that are meant to be in our lives. So it's a beautiful story between the two of you. And well, before we get to the song, because we do want to play that for everyone, how can people get in touch with you, Kelly, and find your music?
Well, thank you. My name is Kelly Lang. KellyLang.net is the website where you can find everything on there. Of course, Kelly Lang Music is on all socials, so you can find anything socials. A lot of people get me confused with KD Lang. I'm not. I'm Kelly.
A popular last name for some very talented voices. So
that's right.
Hopefully everybody can find you, and also check out your other song that we were showing the video of, which is also beautiful. It had me crying a little bit, but we will go ahead and toss to that song and then let it take to break. But Kelly, very nice speaking with you this morning, and thank you so much for sharing your talents with us.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.